Here we go. New research reveals surprising truths about why some teams thrive and others falter. This is an overview of a research project that Google did a few years ago called Project Aristotle.
Well, Google has been working for more than 4 years now to figure out exactly how to best put together successful teams. The results so far are fascinating.
The premise of this study is brilliant. Google's basically like, okay, we have a bunch of teams within our organization. We have a bunch of information about the people on the teams. Let's study this to see if we can figure out like what makes the best teams. Step 1, find out each team's effectiveness. They measure this in 4 ways. An executive evaluates the team, a team leader evaluates the team members evaluate the team, and then they have the concrete numbers like sales and different outcomes. All of this determines how the teams perform, and then they compare that with the information about the people. Where they're from, their age, their skill set, even their personality types. And through years of collecting and analyzing all this data, they found nothing.
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
This quote from the article, it sums it up. We had lots of data, but there was nothing showing that a mix of specific personality types or skills or backgrounds made any difference. The who part of the equation didn't seem to matter. After all of these dead ends, they stumbled upon the work of a researcher from Harvard named Amy Edmondson that had the solution to their problem. Amy Edmondson and her team had been studying teamwork for years, and they actually found one specific variable that they thought was the most important. And through lots and lots of work, they found a way to measure this variable. So Google takes Amy Edmondson's discovery, her variable, and her assessment, and plug it into their data. Everything falls into place. It wasn't about the makeup of the team, it's how the team interacts. Teams that scored higher on this assessment outperformed the teams that scored lower on all 4 of those measures that we mentioned earlier. They make more money, they learn more, they perform better, score higher on the evaluations. So big picture, they discovered that this variable was the key for better group learning and better group performance.
We learned is that there are a few common themes that really separate the most effective teams at Google from the rest. But by far, the most important thing is a sense of psychological safety on the team.
The core idea with psychological safety is it's a feeling that we can be ourselves, that we can ask questions, that we can take risks, we can ask for help, that it is okay to do those things in this group. So in Amy Edmondson's great book, The Fearless Organization, she talks about some of the questions on that survey that measures psychological safety. If you make a mistake on this team, it is often held against you. Members of this team are able to bring up problems and tough issues. People on this team sometimes reject others for being different. It is safe to take a risk on this team. It is difficult to ask other members of this team for help. My unique skills and talents are valued and utilized. So if you kind of reflect on those questions, you recognize times where we've felt these things and maybe other times we haven't. It's also worth taking a second and being clear on what psychological safety is not. It's not about lowering standards. It's not about being fake nice. It's not about brushing problems and tough challenges under the rug. In fact, when I talked to Amy, she said it's really the opposite.
Are you asking me to relax our standards? And in my view, it's, again, it's almost exactly the opposite there too, because it's my argument would be in order to achieve high standards, you need psychological safety. You need people to speak up when they're not sure. You need people to take risks that are smart, that they've thought about, oh, this might work. It's like the soil. The soil has to be healthy soil.